Mother-in-law, thank you for taking the time to meet with me for the first time the other day.
Oh, Cindy, thank you for taking the trouble to send me a message. But since we're talking, I have to say something.
What? Is there a problem?
There are a lot of problems.
Huh?
First of all, your attitude during our meeting, to be honest, was disappointing.
What exactly was the problem?
The way you greeted me was not up to par, and your language was not good at all. Do you really intend to be his wife like this?
Sorry, I will be more careful.
And your clothes are also a problem. They're not classy.
How I dress? I thought I chose appropriate clothes.
So you have extremely poor taste then? Are you really going to marry Trent? To be honest, I don't think you are suitable to be Trent's wife and our family's daughter-in-law.
Oh no, I want to be happy with Trent.
Be happy? That's what you want, isn't it? That's not reality.
It's not?
For example, your cooking. The pastries you served me at yesterday's greeting, to be honest, they were bland and tasteless.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry it didn't suit your palate.
Anyone can say they have skills. The question is whether or not you can actually produce results, right?
Yes.
Besides, I'm worried about your family. I wonder how your parents raised you.
My parents worked very hard to raise me.
But is this the result? I am against the idea of an uneducated woman like you becoming Trent's wife.
Uneducated? I have studied hard.
But you haven't seen any results, have you? You, only a high school graduate, are not suitable for Trent.
Mother-in-law.
I can't stand the thought of a woman like you becoming his wife.
Oh.
If you don't like me, you can stop the marriage. You don't have to force yourself to be his wife.
No, but I want to marry Trent.
Okay, but be prepared. Don't forget that I'm very strict.
Yes, I understand.
Good morning, Cindy. How are you?
Mother-in-law. Good morning. The day has finally arrived. Please wish me luck.
I don't remember you asking me to do anything.
Mother-in-law?
Have you left home already by any chance?
Yes, I have. As the bride, I need more time to prepare. So, I'm on my way to the wedding venue earlier than the groom, Trent.
Oh, I see. But do you really think you can have that wedding?
Huh?
If you think I don't know anything about it, you're wrong.
What are you talking about, mother-in-law?
You have no right to call me your mother-in-law. Oh, now I finally don't have to put up with you. A woman like you is not fit to be Trent's wife, let alone part of our family. This is why I told him to stop being with an uneducated woman with only a high school diploma.
What are you talking about?
Even though I had to worry about the fact that he was in a bigamous marriage.
Well, we're not having a shotgun wedding, are we? We registered 6 months ago, and I found out I was pregnant only 2 months ago.
It hurts to have a black mark on our precious son, but it's better than you being his wife. If you don't cancel the wedding yourself, you will be humiliated in public.
What are you talking about?
The baby in your belly is your affair partner's child, right?
Huh? Where in the world did you come up with that story?
Don't think that just because you're pregnant, everything is forgiven and you can get married.
What on earth are you doing?
Do you really love Trent?
Of course I do. I really love Trent.
Then why are you trying so hard to get married? Are you hiding something?
I'm not hiding anything. We really love each other.
I can't believe it. I feel so sorry for Trent. How could a woman like you cheat on him and ruin his whole life?
Mother-in-law, you misunderstand. The marriage to Trent was decided by both of us.
Cancel the wedding now.
What do you mean?
Well, you're being so brazen. Just leave him already. Fine, I'll deal with it myself.
Wait a minute.
Trent, where are you? Morning, Mom. What's wrong with you this early in the morning? Maybe you were so excited you couldn't sleep? No, I wasn't. Why should I be excited? I wonder if you are still at home? Yeah, I'm still home. I'm leaving soon. Hey, are you really going to do the wedding today? What? Why? You know, be careful with Cindy. She's betraying you. Huh? What are you talking about? Okay, are you sitting down? Listen to this. So, what is it? That woman is cheating on you. Huh? And furthermore, the baby she's carrying is the child of the person she's cheating on you with. Huh? Look, I won't say anything more about it, but cancel the wedding right now. What are you talking about? Cindy's cheating on me? She wouldn't do that, would she? Yes, she would. Don't be fooled. It's not surprising that a woman with a low level of education would have such vulgar and terrible ideas. Oh, if I knew this would happen, I should have hired a private investigator to do a prenuptial investigation. Then you, my precious son, wouldn't have such a black mark on you. Mom, I don't care if you're my mother. I won't allow you to speak ill of Cindy. Huh? I already know that the problem between you two broke out a long time ago. To be honest, I think it's a good thing I refuse to live with you. Well, oh my God, you've been completely brainwashed by that woman. Brainwashed? Okay, let's see. I'll do what I can for you as your mother. What? I'll expose her true nature. Excuse me? Don't worry, I won't do anything reckless. Please don't do anything strange. She's got to be up to something. Mom, please don't do this. Trent, if you think I'm wrong, show me proof. Proof? I will do whatever it takes to protect your future. Mom, you don't have to worry so much. You really think so? What makes you think that you can trust that woman? I trust Cindy. You should have a little more faith too. Faith? There are too many uncertainties to trust her. It's a delusion that you created on your own. Delusion? Is it really? The only reason you hate Cindy is prejudice. Prejudice? That's not true. Cindy is trying her best. You should see that. She can't fool me. Why are you so stubborn?
Mother-in-law, what were you thinking? You've gone too far, no matter how much you thought you should. It's out of the ordinary.
How dare you call me out of order, when you're the kind of person who gets pregnant with your affair partner's child?
What are you talking about? That thing in the chapel was terrible.
It was pretty funny, wasn't it?
How was that funny? When Trent was about to say his vows, you said, "Wait." You said that I had cheated on him, and that the father of my child was not him. You even shouted out some unprovable things, confusing the guests. Of course I did. My precious son is pledging his undying love to a disgusting, unfaithful woman like you. It shouldn't happen.
I did what I did because I knew I had to stop it, even if it meant disrupting the ceremony.
But I am not cheating on him. And the baby I'm carrying is his too.
Don't lie to me. You are the one who is at fault. Justice is mine.
You don't have to come to the reception after this.
I wouldn't go even if you didn't say so. Anyway, all your plans are cancelled, right? It's so funny that you still think you and Trent can be husband and wife. I feel sorry for you.
Say whatever you want.
I will. Well, I'm going to leave now. I'll invite my friend and have a drink to celebrate. I feel so good to have gotten rid of a vulgar, unfaithful woman.
I see. If that's how you feel, I'll think about cutting myself off from you.
Oh, sweetie, you don't have to tell me all of that, do you? You're not going to be part of the family after all.
I have a lot of plans for the rest of the day, so if you'll excuse me.
Okay. I know it must be tough to deal with the aftermath of the cancellation of the wedding. Well, as your last duty, you should do your best.
By the way, mother-in-law, there were many important guests at our wedding. They all witnessed your behavior.
Huh? What are you saying? I really have a problem understanding poorly educated people. Cindy, you were acting strong, but it was just a desperate attempt. I imagine you are very depressed that your wedding was cancelled. But this marriage was impossible from the beginning. This is what happens when you get carried away. You tried to deceive Trent into marrying you. It is your own fault. I can't believe you would allow my precious son to raise a child from a man you cheated on him with. I will never forgive you for that. Oh, yeah. I made sure to pick up the divorce papers. As soon as Trent comes home, I'll have him fill them out and give them to you. You should look forward to it.
The wedding ceremony went on without a hitch, actually.
Huh?
We were able to finish it really smoothly since you were no longer in the way.
I beg your pardon?
There is one thing I would like to ask you. You said that I cheated on him and that the father of my child is another man. I have no memory of any of this.
What?
Where in the world did you come up with that story?
Well, are you still trying to pretend? That's enough.
Answer the question.
I don't know. You're such a pain in the ass. Fine, I'll tell you. I saw him this morning. I heard the conversation perfectly.
This morning?
You met a man on your way to the wedding.
What?
I heard your conversation. He said, "I'm so excited about the baby." And you said, "Yes, me too. I hope the baby is born healthy." And he replied, "Yes, I hope everything goes smoothly." What do you think this means? The baby you're carrying is the child of the man you cheated on your husband with. Now there's no way to get away with it.
You know what?
I suggest you get a divorce quickly.
That man is my brother, Nick.
Huh?
Actually, Trent was supposed to come to the ceremony with me. But the car battery suddenly died. We couldn't leave right away, so I had to go ahead of him by bus, which takes time. But he was worried about letting me, a pregnant woman, go by myself. My brother, who lives nearby, came along with me.
Then, what was that conversation about?
He was looking forward to the birth of his niece or nephew, so it was natural for him to talk about it.
Ah, that kind of makes sense, actually.
Come to think of it, you had never met my brother in person. Until recently, he was living overseas, so he was unable to attend any family gatherings.
Yes, that's right. In the first place, it's strange that we didn't meet each other before the wedding.
Don't you remember that you met each other via video call at that time?
What?
Of course, I think it's understandable that you can't remember him after seeing his face only once. However...
What?
No, never mind. Stress is not good for my body, so I will pass the baton to Trent.
Stress? I'm making you stressed?
Yes, I've reached the end of my patience.
What?
Emotional stability is important for a pregnant woman.
I can't believe I'm stressing you out.
It's true. Your words and actions are a big burden to me.
Oh.
So, I will leave it to Trent to talk about this further.
But I just wanted to think about my son.
If you think about your son's happiness, I hope you will respect our choice.
You really think so?
Yes, mother-in-law. We are building a new family.
But you guys...
Please don't meddle in our relationship anymore.
Mom, it's me, Trent. What the hell are you doing to me? Is that what mothers do?
Because Cindy, she's terrible. She says I'm stressing her out.
Isn't it true?
Huh?
You know what? Don't get so puffed up.
Huh? What's wrong?
You think I don't know anything?
What are you talking about?
Unannounced visits, abusive remarks about Cindy. I've heard all about your bullying. Also, I heard you were abusing Cindy's educational background. There are many different types of people in the world.
But you and your father both have university degrees. Your wife should have a higher education.
Says the high school dropout.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to say anything more about your education. But how dare you make condescending remarks while ignoring the facts of your own background?
How did you know about my education?
Because I asked Grandma.
What?
Well, Dad also told me a long time ago.
No kidding.
Did you think you were hiding it from me? If so, it's not funny at all.
No way.
Well, that's why. There's no reason for me and Cindy to divorce. I'm the father of the baby.
But there is a possibility that Cindy is cheating on you, even though you don't know it.
No, there isn't. I'll spare you the fine details, but Cindy and I are co-workers, so we know each other's movements. And we drive the same car to and from work together. There is no way she could cheat on me under these circumstances.
But
Cindy said, if she doubts me so much, I'll do a DNA test or whatever. She's so suspicious and won't leave me alone.
What? DNA test?
Cindy is so stressed out that it's not good for her. I'm going to end this conversation now.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to cut you out of my life.
What?
That was my original plan after the wedding.
Why, Trent?
Of course it's because you're bullying my precious wife.
Oh.
Well, goodbye.
Trent, wait. Let's talk more.
Talk? Mom, it's too late.
Why do you reject me so much?
It's because you've done so many terrible things to Cindy.
But I was just doing it for your sake.
What do you mean, for my sake?
It's for your happiness, of course.
Your happiness and my happiness are two different things.
You don't really mean that.
If you really care about us, you should respect our decision.
But I'm still not convinced.
Mom, please don't meddle anymore. It's our life.
Cindy.
Huh? I told you not to interfere with us. What is it now?
Hey, I have a favor to ask you, Cindy. I can't stand the idea of Trent cutting me out.
And?
I can't stand the thought of losing that boy. I would miss him so much.
But considering what you have done to us, it can't be helped, can it?
I was wrong. I'll be sure to reflect on that. Will you help me out?
If you really feel that way, you should talk to Trent directly.
No matter what I say, he doesn't listen to me anymore.
And that's because of you, isn't it?
You can convince Trent? So, could you please talk to Trent?
Me?
Yes, you're the only one, because Trent trusts you.
But no matter what I say, I think Trent's determination is firm.
Don't say that. I know you can do it. I can't stand the idea of not being in his life.
So dramatic.
Please, Cindy, please convince Trent.
I don't trust your apology, so I refuse.
Don't say that, Cindy. You're the only one I can ask anymore. Please, ask Trent not to cut me out. Cindy.
After that, my mother-in-law seemed to have messaged and called Trent many times, but Trent never responded. As for my father-in-law, he was so disgusted with his wife's behavior that he left home and began a quiet life by himself. The divorce will be officially finalized soon. He seems to be living a comfortable life away from Trent's mother, enjoying fishing every day. Meanwhile, my mother-in-law was tormented by loneliness and even began to cause trouble for the neighbors. She started to spread her resentment towards us and blamed others for her loneliness. Eventually, the neighbors began to avoid her, and she became even more isolated. Now she has no one to talk to and spends her days lonely. We have started a new life together and have been able to feel really happy without her interference. Trent and I will work together to make sure that this happiness does not leave us.
Hey Mom, are you busy? I have something very important to tell you. Oh my God, if it's for my sweet Anne, I'll make time to listen even if I'm short of time. What's wrong? Can you lend me some money? What are you going to use it for this time? I can't afford it, but if it's for your sake, right? How much do you need? A little more this time. You know, don't be surprised. What? Is it such a surprising amount? I'm getting nervous. Okay, I'm ready. How much do you need? Well, I'd like $70,000 if possible. But if that's too much, please give me the close amount to that. What? That's a lot. It's not for clothes or jewelry, is it? What's the money for? Well, it's hard to say, but I still wanted to keep it a secret. That's a lot of money, so you can't just keep it a secret. Be honest with me, sweetheart. What's going on? You didn't demand for this much amount before. Actually, you were talking about moving in with us, weren't you? Oh yes, I remember I slightly mentioned that last time. But you guys have your own lives and you don't have to take it seriously. I'm not talking about moving in, don't worry. I talked to my husband and he said he knows a real estate agent who knows a great, inexpensive place for us to live. I'm sorry that I can't let you live together with me and my husband, but it would be easier for you to come and go if we live nearby. How sweet of you. I'm so glad to hear that, Anne. Is there really such a good deal? It took me so long to find that property anyway, but I have no regret, since I want the best for you, Mom. I'd feel safer if you lived nearby. I'm so lucky to have such a lovely daughter like you, sweetheart. Oh, I'm flattered, Mom. By the way, I look forward to living near you. When is the deadline for me to prepare the money? I'm going to help you move out, so you should have it ready by then. You're even going to help me move? That's just as I expected of you, my lovely Anne. I wish your sister Samantha were as sweet and kind like you. You're a good example for her. Oh, Mom, don't expect that. Samantha is poor and she's just jealous of me. Well, of course she's jealous of you. Your husband is receiving 6 figures monthly salary. Samantha can't make that kind of money for the rest of her life. And you are smart to marry such a rich man. You're the champion in life. I know. I have more money than I can spend. Are you jealous? Yes. I'm proud of you for marrying such a rich man and being happy. And as your parent, I couldn't be happier. Anyway, if I move to your neighborhood, do I have to say hello to your husband's parents too? I don't care either way about that. All I care about is you, Mom. By the way, what are you going to do with the house you currently live in? I wonder what I should do with this house. If I move to a new house, I won't need this house anymore, right? Oh my God, Mom, you're so mean. I think you forgot about Samantha. Oops, sorry about that. I totally forgot about your sister. I don't want her staying at my house forever. What do you think I should do? Samantha, I have something important to tell you. Now? I can't, Mom. I'm too busy with work. It's more important than your work, so I can't wait until you finish your work. What? Can we have the conversation after I arrive at home? I wish I could wait for you, but I don't want to waste my time. Yeah, I can't wait until you come home. Geez. Okay, I'll call you during lunch break then, so wait for me. Sorry to keep you waiting. So, what's up? Is everything all right? Oh, you finally called me. You're late, Samantha. You're late for everything. By the way, can I borrow some money? Seriously, Mom? You went out of your way to contact me knowing I was at work to ask for money? I'm so dumbfounded. What now? Shopping? A trip to the spa? We can talk about those stuff after I arrive at home. It's not about leisure, my dear. This time, it's a huge thing. Really? So, how much do you need? About $36,000. Or even half of that will be fine. What are you going to spend that much money for? Why are you asking for that huge amount of money all of a sudden? It's for the surgery. Yes, the cost of the surgery. Surgery? Mom, you're so proud of being a strong and healthy woman. What surgery? I'm going with you to the hospital and ask them to tell me the details. Calm down, Samantha. It's not me who's gonna take the surgery. It's your sister, Anne. It's not a life-threatening surgery, just some sort of cosmetic surgery for her appearance. Huh? Cosmetic surgery? For heaven's sake, why don't you tell her to ask the money from her rich husband? He's receiving 6 figures monthly salary, isn't he? You don't have to ask me for the money. Anne wants to do it without telling her husband. I don't think so. The other day, she was bragging that she got Botox because she begged her husband to pay for it. Don't tell me that Anne is now obsessed with beauty-related stuff and is pouring a lot of money into it without telling her husband. No way. Anne is beautiful just the way she is. I want to give Anne something as a gift to thank her for all she's done for me. $36,000 for a token of gratitude? Are you kidding me, Mom? I'm serious. Anne and her husband are rich, right? They would laugh at me if I don't give them a present of that amount. It's been almost a year since they got married, so I want to celebrate that as well. It's not a bad idea, is it? Oh, gosh. You disturbed me at work just to ask me to send you money to make you look good? This is important, Samantha. So, are you going to lend me the money? I can't give you that much money, but sending Anne and her husband something for their anniversary is something I agreed to do. Huh? You can't afford $36,000? Of course I can't. That's a big sum of money. What am I supposed to do to get those money? Gambling in Las Vegas? This is why you are useless. Then how much can you afford? It's a gift, right? At the most, I can give you about $3,600. Isn't that an amazing amount for a gift? $3,600 is a lot of money for a person like me. That's all you can give? That doesn't add up to anything. What do you want me to do then? You want me to give you more? I've worked so hard to save that $3,600. Why can't you understand me, Mom? Considering your income, that's hard work, but it's for your little sister. Don't be reluctant to pay out. You should at least pay out your entire savings. You don't have to do that much for a gift. Why don't you and I pool our money together and come up with a present that fits? That's not a good idea. We definitely need $36,000. That's impossible. You're not a good daughter and all, and I'm very disappointed in you, Samantha. You're single, you live at home, and you don't even have any savings. I don't know if you're just stingy or poor. I feel sorry for you to receive such a low monthly salary. Don't be rude. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm just a steady saver. Yeah, whatever. How much can you afford then? For your information, $3,600 isn't enough. Oh, really? I tried my best, but I changed my mind. What do you mean? I won't pay a penny. Never. Feel free to do what you want to do, Mom. I have nothing to do with this. Wait, Samantha. That's not fair. That's not good enough. Show me that you're a good daughter by paying for your sister. I've been thinking about it for a while. You always look down on me. You have no love for me. What? Don't be so condescending. You know I'm busy, but you call me and ask me for money without caring. When I tell you I don't want to pay, you curse me. You love my sister more than me. I'm not trying to patronize you. I'm just saying that I want you to learn from Anne and be kind to your parents. Is giving money to my sister considered as being kind to my parents? Anne isn't my mother. You are my mother. I was worried that something bad had happened to you, and now you're talking like that? You've never showed me that you care for me. Not even once, Mom. Not even once? No, that's not true. We celebrated as a family when Anne graduated from college and when you got a job. I know that's because Dad said he wanted to. You were against that at that time. I don't know why you would say I was reluctant. I was thinking to celebrate with you too. Well, it doesn't matter now. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it's an urgent matter, so it can wait. What? Samantha, you're going to pay me soon, aren't you? I'll talk about it later, including whether or not I'll pay you. You're just trying to get me to go along with this. It can't be helped. I understand. By the way, I'll be working overtime work today, so I'll come home late. So, have you thought about the money? Calm down, Mom. Let me check something more important. Oh, come on. Don't give me any more trouble, okay? What is it? You love Anne unconditionally, right? She's my daughter, so it's just obvious. What's the point of talking about it now? You should think about that yourself. Why don't we just get straight to the point? I don't have enough patience to play around with you. Well then, let me ask you something. Why did you decide to leave Dad? Tell me the real reason. Because he was seeing someone else. You made him do that, didn't you? I was Daddy's little girl. Dad was worried about me and always defended me. So that's why you were angry about that, right? You only care about Anne. That's not true. Your father cheated on me. It wasn't my fault. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about money now, right? I told you, I can't pay you $36,000. If you're talking about paying as much as I can, I might consider it. I see. So that's your attitude towards your own sister. I'm just being realistic. That's enough. Talking to you with your cheap salary makes me feel poor and depressed. Hey, that's quite rude. What's wrong with receiving a low income? I was going to keep it a secret from Anne's husband and surprise him, but I had no choice. I'm going to get the money from Dave himself. Dave? Are you talking about Anne's rich husband? Hey, what are you trying to do involving a lot of people? Even you are still working now, right? Mom, where are you? What's going on? Are you out somewhere? Why don't you just go wherever you want? I'm at Anne's place right now. You should have said those things earlier. I'm not a child. Do I have to report every single time? I'll be careful next time. If you don't stay home, I'll worry about you. Do you want to eat when I get home? Do you want me to cook for you? Don't worry. I don't think I'll ever go back to that house again. What? You mean you're going to live with Anne and her husband? That's right. Are you surprised? Okay then. I have to change the owner's name of the house, so help me with the documents. Oh, you're not mad at me today, are you? Well, I wanted to live alone. It's actually more convenient. I'm not changing the owner's name of our house. Are you going to keep paying for the utilities and mortgage? I'm putting the house on the market. No kidding. I'm still living here. Oh, I forgot. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So, find a place to live quickly before you get kicked out. Can you let me live with you at Anne's house too? You want to live alone, right? Living with your sister while being jealous of her is not a good idea. You're right. You just put the house on the market without even having a discussion with me. I'm really glad I didn't give Anne the money. Yeah, you can say what you want to say. You're always useless. I got Dave to pay for it. Okay, that's good to know. Right? If you have money, you can easily take care of your parents like what Anne did to me. Is that so? Why did you and Anne suddenly start living together? Of course, it's because Anne said that she wanted to live with me. She wants to live with you, but she doesn't want to live with me? That's not true. You have to do something on your own. Don't bother Anne anymore. Then you didn't have to put the house on the market. I'll make money if I sell the house. Didn't you ever think that I would continue to live there? You, with your cheap salary? I don't think you can afford to pay since you were splitting the bills for gas, water, and electricity with me. If you think I'm that poor, why are you trying to kick me out of this house? Please, just let me talk to Anne. She's there, isn't she? There's something I want to talk to her about. Stop fighting with your sister. It's disgraceful. Anne has already gone to bed. Well then, can you tell her to call me back later? If you have a message for her, go ahead. Are you going to complain to her in person? That won't be necessary. Then what? What do you want to talk about? You don't know? Then we need to talk about it. What? What are you talking about? Well, good night. Hey, wait a minute. I have good news, Samantha. You know what? You can come over. Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, you can come and live with me at Anne's house. What's going on all of a sudden? You want to live together, right? Fine. No, that's not what I meant. You said you wanted to live there the other day, right? I was about to be kicked out of my house, but I also said that I want to live alone, didn't I? That's why I'm saying that I'm gonna give you the house. I don't believe you. You should, Samantha. I changed my mind. It's what you wanted, right? Why don't you just take it? Well, could you please change the name of the owner then? What? Your family? You can't be a stranger to me. I've worked so hard for you. We're all set here. The process will be quick. I got it. I'll come over there and talk to you, and then we'll decide if I'll take the house or not. What? You're not taking it? Why should I? You kicked me out of the house, so I'm already living somewhere else. Oh, you're right. I'll be waiting for you. Also, it's going to cost a lot of money to change the owner's name of the house, so please transfer the money to this account. So, what are you going to do? Oh, I've been thinking about it, but I don't want the house. What? Why not? The house isn't worth much, and it's far from my office. It's an inconvenient place. I don't want it. Did you just say that it's not worth it? That can't be true. I don't want it, so where are you going to live if you give up this house? I already have another house lined up. Another house? You must be very rich. Well, Dave has money. By the way, how much did that new house cost? Why do you ask that? How much was it? What's the use of asking that? I'm just curious about that. By the way, what about the present you gave Anne? What did you give her? I gave her a trip abroad. Where to? I didn't ask Anne further about that. You didn't go with her? Of course not. If I had, it would have ruined her time together with Dave as a married couple. Do you really think they went on that trip? What do you mean? You don't know anything about Dave. He doesn't speak French and he doesn't work for a French company and receives 6 figures monthly salary. It's all a lie. Nowadays, if you have special skills or a sense of style, you can make that much, right? You can work even if you don't speak any foreign languages. Special ability and sense. You don't know about Dave's hidden ability, do you? It doesn't seem to be a genuine sense anyway. Stop saying things that don't make sense. Are you telling me that Dave is lying? Actually, he's paying me a lot of money. That's the proof that he earns money. Are you telling me that I'm just jealous of Dave, Mom? Oh, come on. Who would be jealous of someone who doesn't make a real living? By the way, I haven't heard from Anne yet. She doesn't want to talk to you. Tell her to contact me now, please. Samantha, I need a little help here. How many times do I have to tell you not to call me at work, Mom? Something really serious happened this time. Dave was arrested. I know that. What? You knew about this? Yes, of course. Why didn't you tell me? You didn't even listen to me, did you? Do you have any idea how many times I have tried to tell you? How many times did I ask you to let me talk to Anne? I know, but I'm sorry, but I'm busy with work. Hold on a sec. I need your help, Samantha. Why didn't you pick up the call? I'm at work and I was too busy to pick up the call. Your work is nothing compared to what's happening right now. Then this conversation is over. Bye. Wait! What is it already? I don't want to talk to someone I can't have a conversation with. It's a conversation that concerns you too. You're an accomplice too. What are you talking about? You bought that house, didn't you? I didn't buy the house. No, you did. You bought it. No way. I filed it in your name. You can't do that. Yes, you can. You know what? I imitated your sign. You shouldn't underestimate me since I'm quite smart. Are you serious? What do you mean by that? I've changed my sign, of course. Those you saw in the past documents were my old ones. Oh, no. You're a criminal since you imitated my sign and submitted documents without my permission. Do something about it! I can't help you. It's your own fault. I'm sorry, but you're on your own. I think I should just let Anne take care of you. What about Anne? She'll be in trouble, right? Don't you know? Anne was just playing the good girl and hasn't told you the truth. Poor you. Tell me quickly! Anne has been in debt for a long time. What's that? You didn't know that? Your pretty Anne is not rich or anything. She was repeatedly in debt and squandered all her money on herself. But that's okay, right? She's your pretty and kind girl, isn't she? No! That can't be true! Besides, Dave is rich. There's no way she can get into debt. Well, I don't know about that. Rich, huh? What's important is that Anne helped Dave to cover it up. Anne was involved in the crime? Don't you know this too? I knew nothing about that. Are you okay? You really don't know anything, do you? How do you know everything in the first place? You yourself were on the scam with Dave, weren't you? Tell the truth. You were just trying to put Anne at fault. Oh, so it's a scam? I never said anything about the scam, did I? Only that it's a cover-up. What? Was Dave arrested for fraud? You know more about it than I do. All I know is that there are reports of a few people caught in an investment scam. I didn't know that Dave was involved. That's news to me. Could it be? You were calling me an accomplice earlier. Don't say that so often. Well, that can't be true. Well, the truth will come out soon. Who do you think you are, talking to me like you know what you're talking about? All you have to do is one thing. Save me! Thank you for the information that only those who have been involved with the crime know. I'll put all of it on the internet. Huh? What are you talking about? The internet? Why? What for? I've shown you before, haven't I? My articles? The picture of the house I was almost forced to buy? It looked so beautiful, didn't it? I didn't know that you wrote that article. I wrote that one. Didn't I tell you that being an online news writer was my side job? The house that Dave built with the money he got from the scam, and you who tried to push such a thing on him? A criminal family, aren't you? Well, did you protect the wrong person? Or are you in the same hole? There are more, aren't there? Stop it! Don't say anything more. All right, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I apologize. Don't write any more articles. Maybe I should consider about that, but I can't guarantee that I won't write it. Don't be so mean. Well, even if I don't write it, someone else will surely write it because it's an interesting story. Oh no, I'm a victim too. At first, I was deceived by Dave too. He took my membership fee and stuff, and I knew it was him because I recognized the account number to which the money was transferred. Is that what you meant by the $36,000 at that time? That's right. They exploited me because I didn't have any money. I'm a victim too. Don't you feel sorry for me? Not at all. That is no reason to be a part of a scam. Can't you do something about it? What do you think? Why don't you talk to your own people? I have nothing to do with it, so what will be, right? Well, let's see if it ends up as a rumor. After that, various truths came to light. Anne was found out to have been using Dave's money and to have been covering up for Dave. Mom was also found out to have condoned Dave's fraud and to have tried to frame me, so both of them were arrested. I ended up putting the details of this one case online as a family member of the parties involved and got a huge buzz. I was pleasantly surprised at the extra income I received. The response was so great that I decided to draw a sequel, and I will continue to write about their future in an interesting way from a distance. This is what they must pay for what they have done to me. How was this month, Estela? I'm hoping for good news. To be honest, I'd like to hear from you before I ask you like this. Well, I don't care either way at this point as long as you give me good news. Good morning, Phoebe. What are you talking about? What do you mean by good news? Stop fooling me around. I was asking if you're pregnant or not. As I told you before, I understand that you're looking forward to it, but me and Jared will decide on the matter together. So for now, could you please watch over us? That's why I'm watching over you like this. I'm not your enemy. What's wrong with me watching over you every month and waiting for you to give me the good news? Because I want to know as soon as possible. It's my first grandchild. I'm going to be a grandmother, remember? Of course, I can't wait to hear that you're pregnant. I understand your feelings, but we have our own ideas and our own pace, and I don't want you to put pressure on me and Jared. I'm not trying to be mean, Estela. I'm just looking forward to it. I'd prefer a boy if possible, but I'm okay with a girl at first. They said that it's better to have a girl first. Anyway, I'll babysit your child, so don't worry about that. Phoebe, I think you're expecting that too soon. We won't know the sex until I get pregnant. Besides, whether or not we'll have 2 kids, we haven't decided about that yet. You're still 25. You can easily have 2 kids, can't you? Do it while you're still young. With Jared's salary, you should have no financial problems. So what are you waiting for? You have nothing to worry about. It's going to be the first child for both of us. That's why I want to talk it over with my husband and make a careful decision. You're a bit too optimistic, aren't you? You've been married for a year now, so I think it's time to get pregnant with your first child. Excuse me for cutting this conversation, but I need to go out right now, so let me stop here for now. Oh, I see. I still have a lot more to say to you. Anyway, let's have a proper discussion later then. With Jared's participation, of course. We'll have a long talk then, and you won't be able to escape. Oh my! What are you going to do with such passivity? Now that you're married, you have to be more proactive. You were trying to surprise me, weren't you? If so, it was a big success. But if you're pregnant, you better tell me. What? No, I don't have any good news for you yet. Oh my God! Our neighbor, Miss Adams, saw you go into the obstetrics and gynecology clinic. Don't hide it. Tell me, you're pregnant, aren't you? Well, obstetrics and gynecology is a place for non-pregnant women as well. I hate to say it, but that's a misunderstanding. I don't want you to make assumptions based on eyewitness information alone. What? Then what is it? I'm sorry, I'll switch with Jared. Estella, I'm not finished talking with you. Say it from your mouth.
Mother, it's me, Jared.
Estella and I were just having an important conversation.
Don't worry, she's sitting next to me. But since you're being so forceful, it seemed better if I spoke first, so we switched.
Oh no, something serious? I'm getting nervous here.
Actually, we're in the middle of fertility treatment.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So that means Estella is infertile. Oh my God, that's terrible. Why did you marry such a person, Jared? What should we do then? Oh, now I finally understood the situation. That's why Estella only responded negatively whenever I mentioned about pregnancy. Surely it's not a good conversation topic for her. Enough is enough. This is such a waste of time. I don't want to wait any longer. Why don't you two just get a divorce?
Don't be hasty. We're still in the middle of a conversation. Estella isn't the one who's infertile. Me too. Did I make myself clear to you, Mother? Let me say it once again. I'm also infertile.
What? You too? No way. I'm supposed to have given birth to a perfect son.
Me and Estella wanted to know before we got married, so we both got tested just to be sure. And the results showed that we both had a little bit of a problem. Well, we were told that fertility treatments would help, so we're working on it.
I didn't know anything about that. Since when? When will you two get better?
I don't want you to worry. If I told you, you'd be all over me, wouldn't you, Mom? I decided to give it a go for 2 years, and if I don't see any results, I'll let you know. But Estella was asking me for advice on various things. She confided in me that she was having a hard time emotionally because you kept asking her about the pregnancy. I realized that not talking to you as early as possible was counterproductive. I was going to go over there tomorrow after work and explain everything to you. But as you can see, you're putting pressure on my wife again, so...
It's hard to believe that you're infertile too.
It's true. I'm getting proper treatment now. I just want you to shut up for a while and let us go at our own pace. Will you watch over us?
The longer I watch over you, the older Estella will get. I still think it would be faster to get a divorce.
What? Why?
It's a matter of probability. It can't be helped that you're infertile. You'd better remarry a woman who isn't infertile then. Even if you're going to continue fertility treatment, I think it would be better to get married to a fertile woman. I think the chance of that woman to get pregnant will be much better than Estella. Leave it to me. I can introduce you to a young girl. I just need to have that girl take a fertility test first.
Mom.
Jared, you should do that. Don't let your feelings take over your rational mind. You need to think about the future.
Are you serious? Do you even know what you're saying?
Of course I do. I'm serious. My grandchildren is the top priority. I want to hold my grandchild in my arms as soon as possible. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Well, that's good. That's my son. You're so smart. Then, I'll proceed with the blind date right away. You go ahead with the divorce with Estela as soon as possible.
Divorce is out of the question. My wife is not a child-producing machine. I'm not leaving my wife for a woman I don't even know just for your sake. That's impossible.
What's wrong with you, Jared? You shouldn't speak like that to your mother.
Are you really my mom who gave birth to me?
Jared, what's the matter?
Don't you ever think about how you would feel if someone said the same thing to you?
Huh? But I wasn't infertile.
That's not what I'm saying. The feeling of wanting to conceive a child of someone you love, you understand that, don't you? Estela wants to, but she can't yet. That's enough. I'm not going home anymore.
What? Jared?
When we have a baby, I'll never let you see him or her in person.
Why are you so angry? You don't have to go that far.
I'm blocking you and Estela's doing the same thing, so there's no point in contacting us.
Hey, Jared, wait! When my husband reported this incident to his father, he was very angry and scolded Phoebe for her lack of delicacy. A month later, my husband's request for a transfer was approved and we decided to move. In addition, the good news continued, and thanks to the fertility treatment, I got pregnant. After spending 10 months and 10 days without incident, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. However, I did not tell my mother-in-law about this. Perhaps she may have heard about it through rumors. Apparently, she has a knot in her head that she thinks that as long as she has a grandson, she can go back to her former relationship. My father-in-law kindly suggested to keep it as a secret because it seems that my mother-in-law doesn't understand that she is the main cause of the problem. My father-in-law sometimes sneaks out to the baby, though it is an hour-and-a-half drive from his house. It will be a little while before my mother-in-law will be able to hold her grandchild in her arms. Kelly, where are you? Are you playing on the computer in your room again? You must be in a good mood, playing all day long. You're a housewife. Don't skip house chores. Your dear husband is working hard outside. Oh, Lavender, I'm not playing games. I'm not at home today. What? Don't tell me you used the spare key to get in again. It's terrible to enter an unattended house without permission. Eddie should have taken that key away from you. How did you get in? It's easy. I just made another key. When did you do that? Even so, I don't think you're allowed to do that. That's not a big problem. It doesn't matter. What on earth are you doing out on a weekday afternoon? You're hiding something, aren't you? You're not having an affair, are you? There's nothing but suspicion. Of course I'm not having an affair. Looks like you've been watching too much drama, Lavender. I'm sorry, but I can't keep texting you. I'm standing on the side of the road and I have an urgent matter to do. Can we talk later? Huh? Even though I still have some more things to tell you? How rude! I really need to go. I'm sorry, but it's about time. I don't have much time. Oh, please don't go into my workroom without permission. I don't want anyone touching anything there. It's locked, but just in case, you could pry it open. Wait, Kelly! I still need to talk to you. Excuse me, Lavender. I'll see you later. Kelly, are you there? I have an important thing to tell you. Good evening, Lavender. What is it this time? You're so impatient, aren't you? I'll get straight to the point. From today on, you're going to live with me. No excuses. You have no choice. What? Why so sudden? You can't just decide something like that on your own. You can't hide it from me. I know. You've been told at the hospital that you're dying, haven't you? I heard about that. What? Me? Dying? Where did you get that from? I heard you have 3 months to live. Poor unfortunate girl. You know your own life expectancy and yet you got married to my son? It's totally a scam. It's against the common sense. You should have told us before getting married to my son. Looks like my son got married to a woman with a time bomb. Where in the world did you hear about that? You can't fool me. You were at the hospital yesterday. Oh, yes, I just went to visit a friend in the hospital. You're lying. Do you have any friends? You are such an outrageous wife. I'd really like my son to divorce you right now, but it wouldn't be right for the world to see me kicking out my son's wife who's been told that she's dying. But you know, even if you just let me deal with you every day like this, your crime of deceiving and marrying Eddie isn't right. I'll let you atone for your sins. Isn't that a good idea? For the remaining time of your 3 months to live, you must devote yourself to me. I'll have you move in with me starting today. This is no time for leisurely recuperation. I'm not going to put you in the hospital. Well, since you said that so suddenly, it's hard to give you an immediate answer. You must decide right away. Your time is short. Eddie, are you still at work? Do you have a minute? I'm in a bit of trouble.
Hey, what's up?
I don't understand how it happened, but your mother has been saying some strange things to me.
What? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this. Are you okay?
Don't be surprised of what I'm gonna tell you now, okay? She told me that I have only 3 months to live, and in order to devote the 3 months I have left, she's asked me to move in with her and take care of her starting today.
Huh? I don't think this is something funny. What do you mean by moving in with my mother and taking care of her? Kelly, you just had your health check last month and was told that you are super healthy. I don't think a person as healthy as you has only 3 months to live.
It's just like that. Funny, isn't it? Becoming some sort of slave for your mother for 3 months? It doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, could it be that thing?
Yes, I was thinking about the same thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe she came into our house without my permission again and was listening to that while I was in my workroom.
I see. Trespassing again. And now she's being paranoid. Oh, gosh.
So, what should we do? Do we have to execute that plan?
I think it's the right time to execute that plan since we're well prepared. Well then, looks like the mission has started.
Roger, see you later then. Kelly, you're always late for everything, aren't you? I haven't received your reply. How long are you going to make me wait? Sorry to have kept you waiting, Lavender. I got a call from someone I know. Hang up the phone right now. Such a phone call. I don't have the whole day for you. So, what's your reply? Okay, I won't be hospitalized. Good. You're being awfully nice. I'll have you work for me every day. You don't have time to get sick. I'll take care of it, but I'll need some time to move in. What? For what? Hurry up! I need to prepare a change of clothes and other personal items. Are you asking me to move in with just the clothes I'm wearing on right now? Your neighbors spread a bad rumor about you if you live with your daughter-in-law who wears the same clothes every day and don't change, right? That's indeed a problem. I have to be considered as a nice person by my neighbors. I know, right? So please give me 3 days. I'll do my best to get ready. I won't embarrass you, Lavender. Also, you have some allergies, right? I'm sure that the house will be covered in dust during this period. You will definitely have a hard time with sneezing and runny nose if I don't clean the house. I definitely don't think it would be a good idea for you to come quickly. I don't have a choice. I don't like dust. So I'll wait until you're ready. Well, 3 days will do. No more than that. Kelly, today's the 3rd day. I'm sure you're ready to go. You should be the one who need to let me know about this before I send you this message. It's already evening, so get your ass over here. Stalling for time won't help. I've left a lot of chores for you to do. If you don't come soon, you'll just get busier. There's a lot of trash all over the house. I'm leaving it all out so that you can have a rewarding time cleaning them. I need you to clean the bathroom, and I need you to wipe the windows and then clean the front door. Cleaning front door and the bathroom are the basic chores. And for starters, I need you to make dinner for tonight. I'm starving, so please make it really quick. Before that, I need you to wash the dishes for the next 3 days. So you'll have less time than you think. Oh, and you'll need to buy some groceries too. I want you to make me a steak dinner tonight with the finest beef to celebrate the start of our new life together. Of course, you will pay for all of it. You only have 3 months to live anyway. So what's the point of leaving money behind? Spend all your money on me before you go to heaven. Hello, Lavender. Sorry for the delay in getting back to you. Me and Eddie have arrived at a new place around mid-afternoon. Gosh, what a busy day. What? You're already here? How come I don't see you guys? We're in the middle of unpacking, but we're doing our best. I've been so busy with work that I haven't been able to catch up on cleaning up. I'm working on my computer right now. By the way, we're planning to have Chinese food delivered for dinner tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? I haven't received any of your belongings, and you yourself aren't here yet. Where are you now? Have you gone crazy from the shock of being told that you only have a few months to live? Are you being delusional? Are you okay, Kelly? Kelly! Yes, Lavender, what's wrong? I'm busy, you see. I told you, didn't I? Where are you? I'll have you explain it to me properly. I thought you were just being paranoid and you didn't want to live with me, so I came to pick you up. There's no one in the house. The family next door told me that you moved out this morning. I told you, didn't I? I'm not being paranoid. My brain is still working well. Anyway, me and Eddie finished the move by mid-afternoon. What are you talking about? You think you can just run away like that after what you did? You agreed to move in with me. You said you would live with me, not to be hospitalized. I listened carefully to what you've told me. You know that. Are you being paranoid, Lavender? I told you that I won't be hospitalized, but I don't remember agreeing to live together with you. I never agreed to move in with you. In the first place, I wasn't told by the doctor that I was dying. I'm in perfect health. Huh? No way! That can't be true. I heard that with my own ears. It's useless for you to hide the fact about that. Lavender, you came to my house without permission again and listened to me from the front door of my workroom. That's when you heard someone talking about me having just 3 months to live, right? I can't think of anything else. That's right. You can't get away with it because I heard it correctly. I definitely heard him say that you only have 3 months to live. It sounded like you were talking by using online meeting apps or something. That must have been the doctor or nurse talking to you. Lavender, that's a scenario. You misunderstood because you eavesdropped halfway through the conversation. Huh? Scenario? What do you mean? It involves work, so I can't go into the details even for your sake. You know that Eddie is a scenario writer, right? And that he rents an apartment for work? Yes, of course. Eddie works hard every day, unlike you. He's sensitive, you know. He says it's hard for him to concentrate when he works from home. He's been working that way since he was single and when he was still living at the family home. Yes, and that hasn't changed even now that he's married and living with me. In contrast, I used the other room as my workroom. I don't know how much you understand that. You came without an appointment to interrupt my work, either on purpose or by accident, aiming for the time when I'm alone during the day. Huh? Does that matter still bother you? You're living like a parasite and just pretending to be a housewife. I don't think that you're working. It seems like you don't know anything. It's true, isn't it? You're just staying in your room playing video games or something anyway, aren't you? If you've seen your son, who went on to become a scenario writer from home, you know that you can make enough money from home, don't you? When it comes to my case, who is his wife, you instantly don't understand the matter. Is that intentional? Don't you realize that what you are saying is full of contradictions? What? That's rude. Who do you think you are that you're allowed to talk like that to me? I don't think I can get you to listen to me, so Eddie said that he would explain to you. You guys can talk to each other now. Wait! Kelly!
Hi, Mom. I'll take over from here, so listen carefully.
Eddie, explain to me in detail so I can understand. What on earth is going on? Kelly, who was supposed to have only 3 months to live, is actually in good health. Well, she certainly looks healthy, doesn't she? But I definitely heard the voice saying about her life expectancy from her room, and it sounded so serious.
Kelly told me earlier that you were eavesdropping. That was the scenario I wrote.
Huh?
I wrote the scenario about a woman who only has 3 months to live. It was well written, right? After that, the voice actors record the voice over based on the scenario, and then the video editing process begins. Kelly is the one doing that work. It's quite a tough job, you know?
Well,
I don't know if it's difficult for you to understand, but there's a job called video editing, and that's Kelly's job. Maybe you were eavesdropping on the exquisite part where she was watching the video to make sure that everything is in good order. You mistakenly thought it was Kelly who was told about her life expectancy. If you had checked on the spot, this wouldn't have happened.
What did you say?
That's why, Mom. We're going to cut ties with you to protect our lives.
Cut ties with me? Why are you suddenly talking like that? I haven't done anything wrong, have I?
It's not so sudden for me. You know why I didn't work in my room at home when I was single?
You said it was because you couldn't concentrate at home since you're sensitive, right?
I was being nice not to tell you, but the truth is that I couldn't concentrate because you would get in my way.
What? Me? No way, that's...
Mom, no matter how much I say I'm working, you kept coming to my room and talk to me. When I'm writing a scenario, any noise interferes with my work. I can't tell you how many times I've lost my concentration because of you, Mom. If I lose my concentration every single time, I get extra tired and I can't write anything good. It interferes with my work. So I solved the problem by renting an apartment for work and commuting there. I got used to this style, so even after I got married, I selfishly asked Kelly to let me go to the apartment and do my writing as usual. Now you are interrupting Kelly while she's working at home. Do you know how stressful that is?
Well, I thought she was just a housewife.
I explained about Kelly's job to you before we got married, right? I don't think you understood me well enough.
I just thought she quit when you two got married because that's what people usually do, right? I have to ask her to prioritize the house chores.
I told you she'll continue working even after marriage, and she doesn't need to prioritize the house chores. And you're clearly bullying my wife. Even if you misunderstood that she only had a few months to live, you're giving her a hard time.
Well, that's not true. It's a misunderstanding. I mean, a mistake.
Anyway, I'm disappointed at you for hurting someone I care about. Besides, you're messing up our lives and our business. So please stay out of our lives. I don't want you messing up our lives anymore.
No! Wait! Listen to me, Eddie. Then what am I supposed to do now? I'm already divorced from your father. Are you going to abandon your mother who has to live alone at home?
You don't have to live alone. If you're lonely in the future, I can help you to enter a nursery home or at least help you with the paperwork.
Are you kidding me?
If you don't want to live with strangers, you could always go back to the countryside where your uncle or aunt lives. You're still young enough to work, and if you don't like my suggestion, you can handle everything by yourself. I can't take care of you anymore.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to do either of those things.
And don't call me pretending that it's urgent, okay? If you have to, go through your aunt or uncle. Well, I'm going to cut ties with you, so I'll never see you again. You have to be strong on your own.
No, please don't do that to me. I don't want that. Eddie, don't leave me alone.
Farewell, Mom.
At first, we were just going to move into a slightly larger apartment that we liked. But after Eddie found out that his mother started to bully me after she misunderstood that I was dying, his anger finally exploded. He decided that we should move to a new house that he had rented in advance, and then he declared about cutting ties with his mother. With a deep sigh of relief, he muttered that it was the right decision to move to a distant place. My mother-in-law, who was left behind, spent some time trying to get in touch with Eddie and crying for help to all her relatives. Finally, Eddie's uncle, who is Lavender's younger brother, urged her to return to her hometown. However, this time, the same thing seemed to repeat itself. She was caught snubbing at his nephew's wife, who was living with him, and had to be kicked out of the house after less than a month of living together. She is now living a lonely life in a shabby apartment at a nearby town.
in trouble. Hey, there's a guy at my house right now, a friend of yours. Oh, that's Jeffrey. He's my friend. He just called me and we're going to have a drink after a long time. I'm still working and won't be home for another 2 hours and Jeffrey's already on his way. I told him to go home first. Huh? If that's the case, you should have called me first. I can't let someone I don't know come to my house. Anyway, I told him to come back when you get back, so he went home. What the hell is that? That's so rude. I've texted you, telling you that my friend is coming before Jeffrey got to her house. I didn't receive that one. You should check it again. I'm sure that I sent it. I checked it already, but I really haven't received your message. You must be mistaken. You should double check. Gosh. Seems that there was a transmission error when I sent that. See? You didn't send it. But when Jeffrey told you that he's a friend of mine, it's your job as my wife to shut up and entertain him. That's not very nice. You sent him home without even offering him a cup of tea. You're useless. I don't even know him. What if he's a criminal who pretended to be your friend? What if he does something nasty to me? How could anyone do that? I don't think Jeffrey would harm you, Rose. You are too self-conscious. Are you telling me that I'm worse than you, who forgot to let me know that your friend was coming? Think about it. Why didn't you just ask him to show you the conversation on his phone? That way you would have known we were friends, right? See? That's easy. I thought so too. I told him that too, but he said that he forgot his phone and wouldn't let me see it. If there was no way to check whether he was your friend or not, there was nothing I could do. Even after that, my husband kept complaining to me for a while. His friend also treated me as if I were a devil's wife. Jeffrey forgot that my husband made a mistake by not texting me before he came to our house. Both of them blamed me, as if I was the only one at fault. No matter how much I was blamed, I could not trust my husband's friend. I just could not trust him in any way. No matter if my husband has given his permission, I don't think it's a good idea to visit a newlyweds when the wife is all alone in the house. Also, what everyone shouldn't forget is, my husband said that Jeffrey is already on his way. Then why didn't Jeffrey have his cell phone with him? I wonder how he communicated with my husband. I felt some kind of unexplainable fear. That's why I decided to go back to my parents' house. Then, I received a message from my husband, who was in a panic when he came home from work. Where are you now? What the hell do you think you're doing leaving me like this? You have no reason to be upset. I was the one who texted you to let you know that my friend was coming, so why are you the one who's still mad at me all this time? Are you listening to me? I told you the other day I didn't get a message. You said there was a transmission error. Don't forget it just for your own convenience. That's why I called you, didn't I? I was trying to make sure that you're okay. You called me? I didn't get that. There you go. You're so full of it. I didn't hear it. I didn't get it. You just forget about it, didn't you? Then why were you trying to text me? You couldn't call me, so you decided to text me, didn't you? I did what I was supposed to do, Rose. You keep telling me about that and you never listen to me. I thought that when we got married, you'd think a little more about me. I was wrong. I've had enough. You just keep one-sidedly bad-mouthing me for selfish reasons. But you can't prove I didn't contact you, can you? Huh? There's no record of text or missed call from you, Kenny. Think about it. How can someone that can be easily erased like that be proof? You're too self-aware. Nobody's after you. That's not what this is about. Yeah, okay. Seems like you're not going to apologize to me. Why should I apologize? You're the one who's sorry, right? I didn't do anything wrong. Then fine, I won't even talk to you. I'm thinking about a divorce. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, you think you can talk to me so selfishly like that? What the hell do you want? What's your purpose? I beg your pardon? I don't trust you anymore. That's why I said I want a divorce. I don't understand why you're blaming me when I didn't do anything wrong. That's why I told you that my friend, Jeffrey, was going to visit our house. You see, this just keeps going back and forth, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. Even if you did text me, why would you call your friend when you're not home? Because Jeffrey said that he didn't have a place to wait. A place to wait, huh? What a lame excuse. There are plenty of places to wait, such as restaurants and so on. Isn't that crazy? coming all the way to our house when I was the only one there. Don't say bad things about my friend. Okay, let's say I let your friend come inside. What do you want me and your friend to do? You can just prepare dinner or something, like what everyone does when they have a guest coming to the house. Just serve tea and snacks to him, let him watch TV and make him feel like home. You want me to cook dinner for a stranger? Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's not that hard, is it? That's what a wife is supposed to do. Likewise, if my friend came over, would you serve her dinner? I would if she's your friend. I'll say serve her tea too. Then what if that friend of mine is actually a criminal who just lied to you? You don't have to worry about that. You've never had a friend visiting you in the first place. Anyway, do you really have a friend? That means when the person says that she's your friend, I'll know right away that she's trying to deceive me. Kenny, do you realize that you're contradicting yourself? Huh? I'm just stating about the common sense. You're just being too logical and difficult. Also, you're trying so hard to justify yourself. No, I think I'm just talking plain and simple. That's your common sense. I'm different from you and I'm not that complicated. Then divorce me because I can't be with someone who doesn't value my common sense. Huh? Why are you talking like that? That's so extreme. If that's the way you're talking right now, then yes. But divorce over something like this is overreacting, right? You should think twice. I thought so too. We'd get into trouble over something as trivial as this, you know? I can't continue our marriage to someone I can't have a proper conversation with. I'll report this to your parents too. You think you can do such a selfish thing? I'll forgive you now, so don't make any more trouble and come back. Forgive me? I'm not going back to our house. You have until tomorrow to decide whether you're going to apologize or divorce me. If you don't apologize, let's have a divorce. That's right. I just remembered. Jeffrey was at our wedding. What? What are you talking about out of the blue? We knew each other. He was at our wedding, so he knew you too. That's why he wasn't a stranger. What do you think you're talking about, Kenny? Do you know how many friends you invited to our wedding? There were a lot of people and most of them were your colleagues. How could I remember the face of someone I met only once at the wedding? Don't be so heartless. Jeffrey was there to celebrate our marriage. Do you remember the faces of even one of my friends? Would you recognize them if you saw them on the street? What's wrong? Did you just ignore me because you don't remember any of my friends? Are you just going to forget every single thing that you think is inconvenient for you? Jeffrey is really my friend. Even if I did remember him, it doesn't mean that Jeffrey is my friend, okay? We have never talked to each other. I don't want to spend a few hours alone with a stranger. I don't care even if you ask me to do it for your sake. He's a friend of mine. Why can't you just be nice to him for my sake? If you can't even do that, that's very selfish of you. It's okay that this time it was a friend, but what if the person was my boss? That could affect my promotion. Can you take responsibility if I don't get promoted for the rest of my life because of you? Isn't that the worst thing you could do as a wife? Okay, let's say that the person was a criminal. If I got killed because I invited him in, can you take the responsibility for that? Kenny didn't reply to me. Well, I guess he can't answer that because he has never thought about that possibility. Seems like the divorce is not moving forward. Maybe I should ask for a lawyer. The next day, I looked at my cell phone during my part-time job lunch break. I got a long message from Kenny. I didn't even want to read it. Although the content was in the form of an apology, the message was full of excuses and condescending. No matter how hard I tried, I could not forgive him. One thing that bothered me was that his friend Jeffrey said he wanted to apologize to me. I was thinking about why Jeffrey wants to go through the trouble of meeting me. I felt that something was not right. I wanted to set up a meeting with an attorney to discuss the divorce matter. I contacted my husband but did not receive a response. Then, on the weekend, my husband suddenly came to my parents' house with Jeffrey. When they came, my younger brother and his wife Megan were there. My parents were out. So the five of us, my husband, Jeffrey, my younger brother, and his wife, decided to have a discussion. There was no apology from my husband and Jeffrey. The discussion remained at a standstill. It didn't make any sense. I wondered what they came here for. In the end, I decided to hire an attorney. I asked my husband and Jeffrey to leave that day. Later that day, I was told an unbelievable fact by a certain person.
have to do is get a divorce. You're the one who made things so complicated. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? This is between me and Kenny. It's none of your business, Megan. Of course, it's also my business. I want to marry Kenny as soon as possible. Seriously, what are you talking about? You are my brother's wife. I found out when I visited your house last time. I realized that I was married into this family to meet Kenny. I felt like it was my destiny to be together with him. You're also insensitive, aren't you? Kenny is very fond of me, so he's mine already. He said he'd remarry me as soon as he divorces you. Just go ahead and tell Kenny is not at fault. Well, he doesn't love you anyway. Then you can get a divorce with a clear mind, right? Kenny may feel refreshed, but I don't. If he doesn't love me, then why is he arguing about the divorce? He can just do it straight away if he wants to. Kenny is a smart guy. If he admits that he's at fault, you have to pay alimony, right? He said he doesn't want that to happen. That's not smart. That's just being petty. So since he doesn't want to pay for alimony, he's just going to keep on complaining. I'm appalled. What about Jeffrey then? It's just not right that he keeps popping up multiple times. He has nothing to do with this, so why is he acting like he's a part of this matter? I'll tell you what I think. Jeffrey loves you. Huh? He fell in love with you when he saw you at the wedding, but he gave up on you because you're his friend's wife. But when he and Kenny were having a drink together, Kenny told him that he wanted to divorce you. When he heard that, Jeffrey's love for you had got stronger than before. I'm happy for you. So you and my husband took advantage of that. Well, that's what it comes down to, but it doesn't matter, does it? The truth is that the day Jeffrey went to your house, I got proof of the affair and tried to use it for the divorce. But Jeffrey chickened out at the last minute. Since you turned him away, the whole plan got screwed up. You're just playing hard to get. Do you even know what you're talking about? You're saying that you're trying to take advantage of your own friend. That's very inhuman. It's okay because nothing happened, right? It would have been fun if something had happened. That's not the point. Do you even care about other people's life? If that had happened, Jeffrey would have been arrested by the police. Kenny told Jeffrey not to worry because he would pay for the settlement. Jeffrey said he had no intention of doing any harm to you. He didn't even know he was being used, and he was so eager to go and see you. Poor Jeffrey. He thought that he could be together with you. He's just too sweet, which really makes me want to laugh out loud. You're such a jerk. You can say what you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. At first, I was going to charge you with adultery, but that's too much trouble. Just divorce Kenny as soon as possible. I don't want to wait any longer. You don't have to pay me any more money, so just get out of my life. When Megan contacted me, a chill ran down my spine. I felt as if I were frozen by her curse. It was all planned. I have no trust in my husband anymore. He is more of a stranger to me now. I'm afraid to stay in the marriage any longer, and I don't want him to come up with another nasty plan. I decided to consult an attorney immediately. I was confused with a mix of anger and disappointment. Once I realized that it was a setup, I completely switched myself to an anger mode. I swear that I will not be defeated. Let the war begin from here on. What do you think you're doing, Rose? It's so obvious, isn't it? What you tried to do to me. I'll never forgive you. You have to take responsibility as an adult. I didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't do anything directly to me. You knew about the plan, so it's the same thing. This whole thing has hurt me a lot. I've been scared. That's why I'll make you pay for the alimony. But your brother is going to ask for alimony too because he's divorcing me. I can't pay that much. Don't you dare say that to me. You're still married and you're responsible for hurting my brother's feelings. I also gave him the screenshot of the messages I had with you. You'd better admit it soon, Megan. You don't like waiting, do you? You're the worst thing ever. That's why you're dumped by Kenny. I know I'm not stupid, so maybe I was too smart for Kenny. But to be honest, I'm grateful to you for giving me the opportunity to divorce my husband like that. Thank you, Megan. You and Kenny are a perfect match. I know it's going to be hard to pay for the alimony from now on, but you and Kenny are capable to do that together. Wait a minute! I'm not finished talking with you! You must drop your lawsuit against me! The alimony from Kenny is enough! You don't have to take it from me too! Hey, don't ignore me! Say something, Rose! Please! That terrible plan was exposed. Kenny and I, Megan, and my brother were able to divorce rather easily. My brother and I sued Kenny, Megan, and Jeffrey for alimony. The three of them kept blaming each other. They showed no signs of remorse for what they had done. They are really shabby people. The attorney thought they were malicious and demanded a substantial amount of money for compensation. If they did not comply, they would go to court and content-certified letter will be sent to each company they are working for. With this, Kenny and Jeffrey gave up easily and paid the fee. Megan, who was a housewife, had no way to pay the fee, so she was complaining, but her parents shut her up. Kenny was blamed so badly by my parents, his younger brother, and his own parents, and when he came to my parents' house to write the divorce papers, I was surprised to see that he was like a zombie. But both my parents and my brother say they have no intention of forgiving Kenny. Of course, neither do I. It seems that Megan told Kenny to marry her, but Kenny's parents were against that. It seems that Kenny, who's fed up with all the lecturing from his parents, did not defend Megan and turned her away, saying that he would not marry her. I have returned to my parents' house and am regaining a peaceful life. After what happened, my brother and I were depressed for a while. But both of us were glad that we realized the true nature of Kenny and Megan at an early stage before we had kids.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!